Hi everyone, Sarah here. Okay, I received a request. I purchased this die set today, this die today, and I received a request to show how to put together because it is not just cut it, stick it on your card. It is a little more complicated, and I didn't realize that. I was just hoping for something nice and fast and easy to cut out and slap on a card, but it's not. So you'll see in the little picture here that it shows, oh, look at that black marker on my fingernail. Sharpie too. It shows the fox all as one piece, and then it has its nose, its two eyes, one leg, and the tip of the tail. Now you'll see it's two different colors. So, what you need to do is pick your papers, and you're going to want to cut it out twice. So I don't know if you can see, the lines are just scored. That's all it is. And they're kind of hard to see. So you pick your brown and your colored, I guess, whichever you want to do. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do it like this, but you pick your two colors. One is your base, and you're going to keep it all in one piece. So when you pick your base, you keep it one piece. And then your accent color, I'll show the picture up here so you can see it. It does cut out the little tip of the tail. So you don't need to cut this out. That's fine. That's great. For the belly and the top of the head, you do have to cut that out. So carefully take your scissors and follow the score line, if you can see it, and you cut out the belly, and then you're gonna start at this corner over here and follow the arch around the eye and down and back up and cut out this piece. So I'll show you what I have. So I have my base, and I've inked around the whole edge, and then I also inked a bit underneath the head. So all I've done, I'm using my little round distress ink tool. I have a little bit of ink on it. So I've done the ink around the edges first, and just a little bit of ink, and then you're just going to find the score line and just do a little bit of distressing down just to get that little bit of a shadow. And then to make it look a little more prominent, what I've done is I'm taking my vintage photo, that's the ink color that I'm using. I'm taking the marker, and on the fine tip side, I am just following the line. So once you're in the line, it just kind of stays in there, but I'm just following that line to make it a little bit more there, so you can tell he has a head, and it actually looks like two pieces. And if you wanted to, you could cut it out another time, like a third time, and pop his head up higher. So the tail is automatically cut out. You don't have to worry about that. I have inked around the edges. Here's the belly. So I've taken my scissors and followed the score lines around and cut the belly out and inked it. So then you would just find your score lines in there and glue it in spot. And here's the head. So I've started on the corner, followed around the arch, and come up back and around. So now you actually have to cut the ears out. And to do that, I have, my ears don't look like they score very well on the right hand side. So I have my stylus and what I've done is just found my score lines and just made them a little bit more prominent so that I can see where they are. And I'm just pressing down a little bit, because then I'm going to get out my craft knife here, and you're going to cut it out. So if your score lines are more prominent, it's easier to cut this out than just winging it right off the bat. So there's one ear out. Note. There's the other one. And then I do want to ink those edges just a little bit, so I'm going from the bottom just so they don't look so rough. Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to start gluing these on so you can see. So those are the only two pieces that you need to cut out of your contrasting paper. Just using my Scotch Quick Dry. And I found too that it actually didn't line up very well either. The shape on the cutout tail does not quite match the background tail. It's a little frustrating, but I'll deal with it. And then the belly. And again, it's kind of hard to see your lines. There. Whoa. Wow. Too much chocolate. There we go. I guess it doesn't really exactly have to be on the right spot, because if you can't see it, someone else isn't going to be able to see it either, but and then this part here, you just want to match up with the ears, and then you'll know it's in the right spot. And just push it down. Okay, so then the die only cuts out one leg. So what you need to do, when you're cutting out your base, you'll get your one leg. If you're doing it that color, you'll have to do it twice if you want to do it a different color like they did here. But because I did mine pattern paper, I had to put it through once with the base, so your pattern paper is facing towards your die, so you'll get your one leg that comes out like this. And then to do the other one, which I seem to have lost now, you're going to have to place your pattern paper facing up because it's opposite. So I just cut out, I used the scraps from cutting this one out. You get a nice big piece in this bottom corner here. So I took this piece, cut off the scrap, flipped it over, and ran it through again. So technically you need to run it through 3 times, possibly more depending on whatever colors you want. Because also for the eyes and the nose, what I have done is just taken the patterned paper that I cut the base in, I kept those and I went over them with black marker. So basically I didn't have to cut it out one more time. I didn't really want to. That was a lot of cutting out for something that was supposed to be nice and quick. Just not typical Sizzix die for me. See if I can see where his eyes go. A little bit too much glue there. I feel like I'm having a rough day today. Look at that. There we go. Okay, and then glue down his little legs. I just like the way it looks that the legs are the same color as the actual fox. It just kind of makes sense to me. So there she is, super cute. I went ahead and cut out a few so that I can try and get a couple done. And I do have a card to share with you guys. I turned mine into a Christmas card. So if you saw my video earlier, I had purchased another die. The one that I bought was the Saint Nick from Tim Holtz. And pretty much the whole intention, I did want a Santa, but my intention was to use the hat. So here's my card. The fox is super big. Like, this is a 5.5 by 5.5 card. And he takes up the whole card. I added glossy accents on his nose and his eyes. Here's the Santa hat. So basically I cut out some pattern papers and the glitter paper and placed them over top of the sections where the hat is. Cut out the little leaves and added some bling for the holly berries. And then I just placed it on. So I have a few of those already done. So I can turn these ones into Christmas cards too if I want. And stick that on there. So it looks super cute. So that's it. Hope that was helpful for you guys to figure out how to put that die together. It was a little bit different. Leave any questions down below, comments, and subscribe. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.